Tell you what, Pritch, be cool to be stood in here, wouldn't it, after an Isle of Man TT race?
Wouldn't it just? Yeah. This is the winner's enclosure, currently empty at the minute, but it's going to be full to the brim twice today.
Yep, we've got a Superstock race and a Supertwin race.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win the Supertwin race?
Oh, I'm not bothered anymore.
Michael Dunlop. He's going to be stood there later on, we think. But, you know, the TT race is a war of attrition. Anything could happen.
I think it's less of a war of attrition.
Do you
because
think?
It's only 3 laps. Superstock and Supertwin are now 3-lap races. I kind of like that. It reduces the likelihood of a mechanical.
You've got 25% less distance to run, haven't you? So 25% more likely to finish if that sort of works.
I don't think that maths works.
Does it not?
I don't know. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. But what I love about them is that they seem a bit more like a quicker race.
Yeah, like
you haven't got time to get into it. You can't wait for the pit stop because the pit stop is mandatory on the first lap. There's no visor changes, there's no tyre changes. It's literally fuel, splash and dash. Splash and dash. Splash and dash.
Splash and dash, because they've only used 1 lap's worth of fuel, so instead of it taking about 40 seconds, 50 seconds to fill the tank, it takes 25 seconds. So it's a mega quick pit stop. They're in, they're out, 2 more laps. Let's see who wins. I think the more interesting question is who was going to be on the podium with him.
In the Supertwins?
In the Supertwins. We've seen Jamie Coward, who's having a fantastic TT. We keep talking about Jamie, don't we?
Yeah,
but that's because he's, you know...
He's phenomenal on that.
He's phenomenal, yeah. Superstock.
Superstock's a completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah, and I think now Pete's had a bit more time to kind of iron these problems out. I think Pete Hickman's going to be the man on the Superstock bike.
The thing with the Superstock bike is he's not had any problems with it. Like he said in the interviews, I think he did 2 laps on it, he qualified on it, parked it and left it. He went, that's perfect, that's mint.
You're right, it was a super bike he was having problems with, wasn't it?
If he sorted those out, he'll probably carry more confidence into this race knowing. But really, if he hasn't sorted those problems out, this is his last chance at a win. He's not going to win in that Supertwin. That bike he's on is just not competitive enough. So this is really, if he sorted his problems out in the Superbike, he could still have a chance now. If not, this is really his last chance of winning.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it's currently, 11:30 now in the morning. We've got Connor Cummins went out on his warm-up lap. I wasn't expecting to see him because he had to take another couple of days off after that first Superstock race. So he could be going out in that Superstock race. It's still not confirmed yet. But then on the other side of that garage, we've got Davey Todd.
Yeah, whose bike I saw being wheeled out of Parc Fermé this morning because it looks like Davey Todd's got the same sickness bug or infection or whatever it is that Connor's had. So I don't think Davey's going to be riding today. That was a real shame because, you know, he's one of the boys on the Superstock bikes, isn't he?
Yeah, if it's anything like what Connor's had, that's him done for the week. He's not coming back. He'll not get fit enough for the senior, not a chance. And the senior, again, Superstock, if he's not going out in that, senior is his only chance of getting a podium. But you can't look past the 3 boys that have been dominating the podium for the last week. So, hey,
is he gonna overtake his uncle today? Is Michael Dunlop going to become the GOAT, the greatest of all time, greatest TT racer ever? Can he become a 26-time winner today?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, it's not even up for debate. He
only time will tell.
He could technically become a 27 times TT winner today as well.
Yeah.
But my prediction is Pete today in the Superstock, Michael in the Supertwin, and then Michael will win the senior tomorrow, elevating himself to the GOAT.
I've got Pete Hickman for the senior tomorrow.
Have you?
Yep. I like Pete for that race.
Fiver
says Pete Hickman wins.
Fiver says he done. I don't care who wins, as long as it's a good race. Boovie, what you got planned for today?
The next thing we'll do is let go of your hand because it's getting a bit weird now, isn't it?
Well, then you let go. Oh.
Thank you. I'll be on the radio today. You'll be in Parc Fermé chatting to as many people as you can.
Yeah. Probably not James Hine though.
Yeah. Well, you've got to get focused. Don't forget, when you're about to start a TT race, Pritch, you need to get your head in the space. And not everyone wants to talk to you anytime, never mind just before a TT race. So let's be fair.
I get it. I get why people would not want to. Tom Birchall didn't. James Hine didn't. I get that they need to focus. But at the same time, I just wanted to make sure they were right. it wasn't a stupid interview. It was literally, how you getting on? Are you feeling all right? Are you feeling confident?
That's fine. That's fine.
Right. Go on. You do radio.
Right. I've got to go. I've got to put my cans on. You've got to go drink some coffee, and them boys got to go and charge some batteries up. So I'll catch you later.
We're going to double up on microphones. Is that all right? Yeah. So here we are with a man that gets seen a lot on TV. This is Mark. He's the man that holds that shoulder. So on our podcast, we always ask the question, what's it like to get the tap on the shoulder? But what's it like to give the tap on the shoulder?
I don't know, really. It's I just do it as a matter of course. You know, it's just you know, I've been fortunate enough to be asked to do the job for the last 2 years. My predecessor Paul had to retire, so I was fortunate enough to take the job over, and I'm very lucky, I suppose. Yeah.
It seems, although it is just holding on to the rider, letting him go, it seems quite an important part of the TT, quite a traditional part of the TT.
It is a traditional part, and I think long may it continue, not just from my point of view, but I think, you know, lots of people comment about it and think, you know, it is, as you say, part of that sort of ritual, really.
And I know we shouldn't have favourites, but who do we enjoy seeing coming towards us and being able to grab their shoulder?
Do you know something? Sometimes I don't even realise who's stood next to me.
Yeah.
The odd occasion I do, and then usually the front runners, of course. You know, I sort of recognise the numbers and the clocks, but I don't really have a favourite. I'll be honest. I don't, you know, and you know, the only thing I wish is that they all come back safe.
Exactly. That's
what I think we would all wish for, really.
Yeah. Do you ever get nervous doing it?
No, I don't.
You just enjoy it?
Yeah, I do.
Perfect. Mark?
And you can't have the job, unfortunately.
Hey, listen, I love my job. So you love your job and you do that, and I'll do this. Thank you, Mark. Cheers. Can we speak to Vicky instead? I'm terrified of speaking to Dean.
Right.
Yeah? I'm doubling up on my microphones. I'm podcasting and YouTube in here. Got Dean putting his earplugs in. I'm going to try and sneak a word with him if I can catch his eye. It's a pretty important race for Dean, this one, so I don't want to disturb him if he doesn't want to be spoken to, but I will try and get him in. Have you got a minute? Yeah? Is that all right, mate? Just putting your earplugs in. Big race for you, this one. Another chance of getting on that podium and potentially pushing Hickey and potentially Michael off that top spot.
I don't want to be pessimistic, but I think that might be a tall order in today's race. Being optimistic, the podium would be nice again, so I'll be trying. But I don't feel very good this morning. I said, lads, I went and did that practice lap alone, and I just feel a bit. I don't know. I felt a bit shit. Excuse my French. And I don't know why. So I'm hoping when I set off and I get to top of Braille, I've extinguished all of that feeling, and it's filled with adrenaline and.
Enjoy, mate. Good luck.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers, mate. Yeah. I'm going to talk to now Ryan Kringle. It's not been the best start, but we're finally getting there now, mate. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, all good. I had a couple of little minor issues in the warm lap. Because this is new to me now, I've been lucky I've not had to deal with these sort of weather conditions yet, but we had a lot of weaving, but we've done something to try and make this improve. Just silly, like going down Solby Straight and that, it went from a weave to more of a tank slap, I had to roll out of it, but we'll be there, we'll finish it. We'll just if it's not right, I'll just manage it, and all I want to do is see the checker flag, you know, pretty much hit every target we've came here to set. It's just about enjoying these last 2 days now.
I'm sure you will, mate. Good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers, mate. Good luck.
Course information, good visibility around the course, roads are dry, lack of adhesion at approach 33rd milestone, flags will be displayed for the first lap, be aware easterly wind, message ends up.
5 minutes, start line, 5 minutes.
No, he's going now, either.
He's on the...
Sorry? Oh, yes.
It's on the grid.
All right.
Yeah, I heard that before. So 9, 15 and 17, and then it's sort of...
Okay.
Well, hello guys.
Hello.
How
Hello.
are you feeling? 3 more races to go.
Do you want to say anything for the camera? Do you want to say anything for the camera?
Oh, what's this? What's this? Who's this one?
I don't know, ITV, I think.
Just a reminder that there will be a compulsory pit stop at the end of lap 1. Control out. 1 minute start line, 1 minute.
Don't film me from behind. My hair's a bit of a mess. I'm going to try and grab a quick word with Josh Brooks if I can, if he's all right with it. Yeah, he's got a minute for me. He's always got a minute for me. Josh, how we doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Getting ready to go out for a race.
Oh, is this what's happening?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah.
How are we looking to improve on what we got from the first race? Fifth in the first race?
Yeah, I mean, every lap I do, I feel like I get a little bit more confident, a little bit better, and I improve a bit of braking. I stabilise my lap, and you know, it just sort of all comes together that little bit sweeter. So I just think, for me, it's not about gaining skills or, you know, improving my riding. It's just about adapting it to this type of circuit. And I'm a victim of falling into the BSB style of riding, which is late braking, bike kind of gets all a bit out of shape, and then I lose all my momentum. So I've got to turn my BSB brain off and try and engage that sort of flow racing, road racing head on.
And how difficult is it to jump off that Superstock bike like less than an hour ago and jump on this?
Well, you just got to adapt, haven't you? I mean, that's just motorbike racing. I mean, years ago, for years I've been riding a Ducati and BSB. Now I'm on a BMW. You know, I was on a Yamaha before that. You know, I mean, you just got to adapt. So,
so by the time we're at Quarter Bridge, we're settled. We're on the bike and we know what we're doing.
Yeah, by Braddon Bridge. Maybe not that early. Quarter Bridge, Braddon Bridge. Yeah.
Braddon Bridge, right. Yeah. Best of luck, mate.
Thank you,
mate. Yves Pierre. Yves Bihan.
Attention paddock.
Sorry.
Just mention once again that it will be a compulsory pit stop. A compulsory pit stop at the end of lap 1. Control out.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Very good.
Ah, very good.
Très bien. Oh, sorry. Let's start with that again. Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va?
Très bien.
Bon, voilà, bravo.
Ça va?
Ouais, super.
Good.
I'm happy to do for the race.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see.
What are we predicting? Where do you think we'll finish?
It's okay. If I go again on the top 6, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
And just enjoy. Have fun. I have do a good warm up this morning, so it's cool. I'm proud to start on front of Peter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the hunter
tag onto the back. Yeah. Good.
So it's cool. Yeah.
Merci. Enjoy. Just under 5 minutes to go now, and unsurprisingly, this man's still not arrived. We'll probably see him walk past us any minute now. Is history going to be made in this Carole Nash Supertwin Race 2? Michael Dunlop could potentially match Joey Dunlop on 26 wins after this one. And the only thing stopping him is Michael. So we'll see how this action unfolds whenever he arrives. Michael, come on. Oh, there he is. Do not make eye contact with anybody. Do not make eye contact with anybody. Right, Booby, before we go any further, I owe you something.
Oh, yeah.
No, take it.
Can I have a bank transfer, please?
That's yours. You can have that.
We made a bet this morning, didn't we?
We did.
It was Pete Hickman for the Superstock race.
Yep.
And who won?
Pete Hickman. And
not only did he win, he won in quite astonishing form, didn't he?
Yeah. Tell the people at home what happened.
On the last lap, Pete Hickman posted on a Superstock bike, a bike that you can go and pick one up from your local dealership, throw some suspension and an end can on it, and he did 136.4 mile an hour lap around TT course on a Superstock bike. He's blown the outright lap record on a BMW M1000RR, and I think that is pretty impressive.
He was always going to be strong in this race. Like he said, the first time we spoke to him after the first Superstock race, he rode that bike, he did his 2 laps on it, he parked it on the Tuesday, I think, of qualifying and left it because he knew how good it was and he knew it was ready to go. But did he know he could could go 136 mile an hour on it. I'm not too sure.
Do you know what? When there's certain conversations I've had with Pete before, and he just has that glimmer of confidence, doesn't he?
A little glint in his eye.
You think, you know, I think he knew he could do something a little bit special on the bike, and today he has done. So, I mean, the question now is, we've got a senior race tomorrow, the main event. He's just gone faster than anyone's ever gone in the history of the TT. Does he ride his Superstock bike tomorrow, or does he ride his Superbike, a bike that he has been having issues with all week?
Well, going off what we've just seen, I said to Steve Plater he should ride his Superstock bike. But Plater made a good point. If he rides his Superstock bike and he doesn't win, what are people going to say?
They're going to say he should have rode a Superbike.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's almost... I don't know who's got to make that decision. I don't know if they will make that decision, or they'll just say, you know what, regardless of what the Superbike is doing now, because we know they've had problems with it, we're going to ride it because we know it technically is the best bike.
It should be the better bike. And if Pete doesn't have any problems with the Superbike, if the Superbike works the way it should, then that 136.4 mile an hour lap that he's just done is in serious jeopardy, isn't it? The lap record's in jeopardy, because he ought to go faster.
He should go faster. Right, check this out, right? I spoke to Milky Quayle at the start of the qualifying week, and he said we're going to see a 137. And I thought it was taking a piss. But genuinely, we might see that 137 tomorrow in that race.
We're not that far off it, because Michael Dunlop's pushing hard as well, and he'll be on a fast bike tomorrow, as will Pete. They've probably got to do, I think it's roughly another 6 or 7 seconds
to
get 137 mile an hour lap.
It doesn't sound a lot, but around this course, it is quite a bit, especially with the pace that they're already at.
It's a lot when you're already right on the edge.
Right, let's talk about the second race of the day, the Carole Nash Supertwin race.
The race that, it was a bit of a foregone conclusion, wasn't it?
At the start, yes it was, yeah.
Everyone thought it was going to be Michael Dunlop's race, and it was his to lose, and he lost it, didn't he?
He did lose it.
He had a fairly commanding lead, and unfortunately, as happens on Supertwin bikes, his bike expired.
His bike expired. Mike Brown's bike expired once he got into the lead.
Yeah.
Josh Brooks had a problem in the pits. That wasn't the bike, that was him, and we'll get onto that in a second. Dom Herbertson's bike expired. Who else? Someone else's bike expired. I can't remember who it was, but there were just bikes blowing up left, right, and centre. And this is probably because we've done 2 races. Normally it's a single Supertwin race, but these bikes have had to go out twice. And it just shows you most of those bikes finished the first race, and they've not finished the second race.
And they can't do another one because these bikes, them Supertwins, they're based on bikes that aren't designed to do that. Them engines aren't designed to rev the nuts off them like they're doing around here for 3 laps at a time, twice in a week.
They're commuter bikes.
They're pizza bikes, yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done so much work to them to get them to where they are. The engines are works of art. The whole bike, they're like little super bikes.
Yeah.
But they're still not designed to be flat out for so long. And unfortunately, it's not always about how fast you can ride. It's not just the person who has the fastest bike and rides the best wins, because you need to get to the end of the race, and that's what Pete Hickman did.
I think it was a story of the tortoise and the hare.
Yeah.
Michael was the hare, Pete was the tortoise,
100%.
and he just carried on plodding away, and he made it to the finish. Because that bike was 10 mile an hour slower?
Yeah, around about 10 mile an hour slower. And you're going to struggle to win a TT race when you're 10 mile an hour slower down the straights than your competitors, unless they break down. And they did. And that's not taking anything away from Pete. He came on a bike that was reliable.
Yeah.
And he got to the end. And getting to the end is a massive part of TT races. So at the beginning of the week, we thought Michael Dunlop was going to either equal his uncle's win record of 26 or take over it. He's done neither, because he's won none of today's races. He's got 1 left tomorrow. Who's going to win?
I don't know. Can I just go back to one point?
Yeah.
It was Jamie Coward. I feel like I had to mention that. It was Jamie Coward. He expired as well.
Yes, it was Jamie Coward, yeah.
And I bet when he noticed that Michael had gone out, I bet he thought all his Christmases had come at once. Because that right there was the best chance he stood of winning a TT, which is such a shame. Same with Dom Everton. We saw him in the lead. But just before we get on to senior, let's go back to the other podium places.
Yes.
Pierre-Yves Bihan.
Yeah.
I think, get in the comments if I'm wrong here, First Frenchman to be on a podium at a TT.
Yes, haven't thought about that.
Oui.
Yeah, oui, dès qu'il y a. Bon, très bon.
Yeah. And Josh Brooks, first podium. That's a solid result because he wasn't supposed to be on that bike.
No.
That should have been Gary Johnson.
And he wasn't really supposed to be on the podium either, was he? But he was.
Really.
And that just shows the class of that rider and, you know, British Superbike champion. That is, to be anywhere near the front in BSB, you can pedal a bike. To win the championship, that is a level of rider that I think anyone who comes here with that talent is always going to eventually do well. You need a lot of years to learn the place. It doesn't happen overnight. It hasn't happened overnight for Josh, but he's got there, and I think he'll be there to stay now.
Yeah, I think he'll take a lot of confidence into that race, which we're now going to talk about the senior. But don't forget, he's been away for 5 years as well.
Yeah.
5 years away, gets on the podium. That's pretty astonishing. That.
And it shows how impressive he is as a rider.
Yeah, right then. The big one. And I'm not talking about you. Hey? 6 laps.
6 laps tomorrow.
At the end of a very, very hard 2 weeks.
Yeah, everyone's tired. I'm tired and I haven't even been riding the bike. You've got a 226-mile race, I think it is, tomorrow. It's a big deal. And I think now there's 2 names, isn't there?
There is only 2 names.
It's Pete Hickman and it's Michael Dunlop. And we're now at a point now where it really could be either of them, couldn't it? I think if Michael can do 6 laps without making a mistake and without having a bike issue, he's got just as much chance of winning as Pete. What I'm looking forward to is the fact that they're both going to be trying really hard, and I think if we see 137 mile an hour lap, we might see 2.
Dare I say, Hislop, Fogarty, Hickman, Harrison. Are we going to see one of these races that we talk about for years to come?
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think this is the one. I think we've been building for this for quite a long time. Michael's dipped off with the Superbike. He's found his form on the Superbike. Pete's just been chipping away. And I think we're heading for what is set to be one of the greatest showdowns that TT has ever seen. I know it sounds melodramatic, but I genuinely believe that is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially with what's at stake with Michael being able to match Joey's record, because he's going to want to do that.
Of course he is, yeah. You talk to Michael and he says he's not really interested in numbers, records, this, that and the other, but I think he's not a human being if there's not a part of his brain that's, you know.
100% he thinks of that. Right, let's wrap up.
Okay.
Any last words?
No.
Perfect. Make sure you check out all the latest news and features over at iomttracers.com. What are the socials, Boovie? At
IOMTT Races Official.
I mean, it's only been 2 weeks now.
And I've still got it wrong.
At TT Races Official.
At TT Races Official.
What else? Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And leave your comments.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, let us know down below who you think your top 3 is going to be. It's the big one, Boovie.
Can't wait.